started. And you know, let me tell you how this thing wicked, right? It
Yeah.
will be streaming us, right?
Uh-huh.
And then when they're thinking that, oh, it don't start yet, right?
Yeah, it's already started, right?
All right, cool. I think it's starting now. Right. So anyhow, yes, you wanted to. I mean, it's not just you. It's like
Yeah.
I remember when, because you know what's funny? This came out on all, well, because I know you and my other virgin, we're all the same day.
Yeah.
So this came out on our birthday, literally.
Literally, yeah.
Literally. Like, and one thing I can give them props for is that I never knew that they were gonna do, like, what was it, 10 episodes they did?
Yeah, they did was it 8? I think
I
it's
think,
either
well,
8 or
I
10.
don't know. I think it
One
was
of the
10.
two. Yeah, it's between 8 or 10 episodes. Yeah, it might have been
Yeah.
10.
So okay, what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the things we like, the things that we hate.
Yeah.
Where we're going with this, because just be like, first of all, I feel like one of the things that they would not be able to capture is like, because I started watching a little bit a little of the episodes, right? In
Yeah.
terms of just to get a, you know, that idea for the feel of the show,
Yeah.
right? And for those who, you know, who don't know what the hell we're talking about, it's Cowboy Bebop, right? It's like a few days before they released the live action on Netflix. Netflix is like, oh, by the way, did you watch an anime? Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go. You're like, oh, thanks. Like it hasn't been out forever, right?
Yeah. So my thing is, right, they
Yeah.
did a few things right, even though, as I said, it wasn't a one-to-one with the anime series, which is fine, right? They made it their own, but they paid so much homage to the original that I could appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I think that I never really get right is, you know, like that space feeling. And when I say space feeling, I'm talking about like the pilot wars.
That's right. Yeah, they did
the
most of
pilot
the videos.
wars.
Yeah, most of the videos were done like on a planet or in a location instead of the ones that were out in space. They didn't really do as much out in space.
Because like I can remember like episodes where Spike is there, like literally, like you've never seen Spike so intense in your life. Like the man is there, like the man is there, like please let me make it, please. Like that's the first time I've ever seen Spike with fear in his heart, ever.
Yeah.
Like that's the only time it's ever happened, unless he's in space. And like trying to speed through the what they call it, is it a gateway or I don't remember. It was one where apparently once you pass through that, the actual matter from the other dimension can't touch you.
Can't touch you, yeah.
Right? So I remember that, and I thought that would have been a cool thing to include in the show, but you know,
yeah. So
who knows?
They still might.
Maybe we might get that in the second season. Maybe.
Yeah, because how they kind of did it, they kind of set it up in such a way where they kind of twist the stories and borrowed from different parts of the series and put them like in earlier stages. Like for example, Faye Valentine, like she got introduced very early in the series.
I was about to say that.
And then Ed near the end of the first season, and then Ed went at the end of the season. So they kind of places there.
You know, and I like that they did that with Ed, because I wasn't expecting her to show at all.
Yeah. So they kind of spoiled it in one of the teasers that they did, where I thought they were going to bring in Ed a lot earlier, right? Because they did a teaser with Ed. So I thought, okay, Ed and Iron would have been there way earlier. And thing, I'm in two minds about what they did with Iron, where they made Crown guy, what's his name? Where he was supposed to be afraid of cats, not dogs.
Wait. Wait. What I do remember, and it was kind of weird, I don't know what the specific thing was about Iron, but this dude basically like stole a whole bunch of animals that were worth like they were worth crazy amount of money.
So yeah, that they got that part. They got that part.
But for whatever reason, I don't remember why he was doing it. Like I don't know if it was a situation where he was trying to like get them somewhere in exchange for all of that money. You know what I mean? Like because apparently, because I'm guessing because of how rare animals are. It's like, but you have a dog. We haven't seen one of those.
But
like, what kind of life you're living where it's rare to see a dog?
So I like they had to kind of push Ian a little bit further, and then they made him where he had that synchronization with it's like a clown dude. Oh God, what's his name again?
Oh yes. No, you know what? I remember
he had a fear of cats, not dogs, right? So he had a fear of cats in the
right. Yeah, I get I get what you're saying. Well, guess what? I was gonna say something, right? The only thing that really bothered me about this is I feel like the intensity and the like the choreography for the fight scenes. I feel like
they were lacking a bit.
Yeah, it was lacking, but lacking in the sense of it's supposed to feel like when you're watching like the Bourne Identity and John Wick.
Yeah.
But when you're watching Bourne Identity and you see a man get you're like,
damn.
like you watch it and you go, like you literally watch it and you're clenching the whole time because you're like, yo, this guy's going to die.
So here's my thoughts behind the series. My overall review, right?
Yeah.
The intro, they did well. I thought that if it was supposed to tell a bit more of a story in it, they kind of blended it well.
Yeah.
They changed up some of the roles of some of the characters. Yeah. But it worked. I liked how they delved more into the family dynamic of the characters, with Faye, Jet, and Spike.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah.
That felt very good. But then when they kind of got to some of the action scenes, especially with Faye, I think like her scenes were a little bit more forced in that like she swore a lot. Like
no, honestly, let me be honest. Let me be honest. I like her take on the character because
I don't mind her take on
I like her take on the character because I guess in a way her version seems to be more okay. She's a little bit louder, right? In other words, the only way it would have worked is unless they got an Asian woman that's super, super calm and chill. Like you'd have to get somebody like that in order to get the kind of performance that you wanted of the original Faye. You know what I mean?
There's a few actors who could have portrayed that, or actresses, I should say.
Yeah, that's a thing though. You know what I mean? Like
her casting was good though. I liked her casting. I had no problem with her casting. She fit the role. The outfits, they kind of toned down the outfit a bit.
I mean, they were going to.
But, I mean, they did. All right, so they added a lot more adult type scenes. Like, for example, when Spike was like laying down behind in the middle of the breasts and stuff like that.
Listen, to be honest with you, not really, because I went
not really, back. Not really.
Listen, I went back and I watched like the anime, right? And this, I don't know if this ever showed on Cowboy Bebop in terms of on Toonami or I don't know.
So the American version was definitely.
No, but listen to me. There was a scene, and when I saw this scene, I was dying, like dead, like dying. There's two men, right? Two men, right? They kick off the door.
Yeah.
Right? To the two men in the bed, and she literally take her gun and go so and show me on the man mouth and say, yo, tell me where the other man there. I'm like, like I was there watching and she just did it so casually. Like, you realize that that the two man them are doing right now?
Yeah.
I'm like, you understand what is happening here? But she no business with that. No time at all. She said, me not care if you're straight, Me not care if you're gay. Me not care if it's a man, if it's a dog, if it's a woman. Yeah. Me have some information what I want, and you are gonna give me. Otherwise, I'm gonna squeeze the trigger right now.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that scene, I'm like, only Faye would do this.
Yeah.
The other guys would not do that. If it was Jet or Spike, they would be more across from the guy. No, show up to him.
Up to him, yeah.
I'm there like, nah, yo, shit. That, and then, so it goes to the song where we all is at here. Them girls are wicked, them wicked. Because only a woman do that.
Bro, like
no, like we need to acknowledge that only a woman do that.
It's true. And I think, yeah, I'm hoping that they can incorporate more of that in the live action, like her intensity from the animated series, and not the tsunami variation.
The difference that I noticed is that they gave her this kind of this like middle fisted blade that they give her.
Yeah.
Like I noticed that she have that. I don't know if she ever brandished that in the anime. I don't remember.
I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, I don't remember that much. Yeah.
I know she was good with knives, but I don't remember her having.
I mean, I know she was more like should I more use her gun more than anything.
Yeah, she was more of a gun toting.
Right. So it's like, that was different. That was a different thing.
Bro.
Okay. So
let's talk about Jet Black for a second.
Bro.
The actor who plays Jet Black for me.
Jet Black is perfect.
Bro, like if you close your eyes and just think back, just listen to him talk, you think you're watching the animated series.
Jet Black is perfect.
Like he was perfect, yeah.
As in, like every time I watch it, he's like Spike. And I'm always say it with disdain. I'm always say it like, what are you doing? Like, Spike, where were you, Spike?
Yeah. I like that they incorporated the family dynamic for him with like a daughter in it. I know it wasn't anime, but that scene where he is watching his daughter at the thing and he's dancing and doing all that
was funny.
That made it I thought that was done so well, and I was like, this took it this all right, this made me say, okay, they're doing good with this series. Like
because they humanize him on one level, but on another hand, they sort of created a narrative where the inevitable or the eventual fallout between him and Spike became real as a result of that. Because no, you have a situation where you're like, yo, who the hell are you? Because you're threatening, like, because of you, my daughter. It's like no, me and you go have a problem for a very long time.
You know what I'm hoping they do for the next season? I'm hoping that they make Radical Ed take control of the ship to bring him back.
That would I think that would be
hoping that
would actually be funny. No, that's probably going to happen. Because hell, I remember when Faye made a promise to her, and they're like, no, promises are meant to be broken, we're leaving. And then she's like,
Exactly. I'm hoping they do that. I'm hoping that that's what they do to bring them back in this situation here, to make him and Spike work together.
Well, okay, there's only all right, apart from the martial arts the martial arts choreography that I thought, you know what, this is the thing. What I liked about the anime and what I don't know if they were able to do this with the live action. The thing about Spike is that Spike is introduced to us in such a way where he's good at a lot of dope things and we don't know until he does them.
Exactly.
Like the time when the eco-terrorist lady, like she did there, she thinks that she get to it, and then the thing fall out of her pocket, and she never, and then she realized when it happened because Spike is a put and a pickpocket.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but whenever Spike is fighting somebody that is not necessarily on his level of experience, he tends to be in control of the fight.
Fight.
Like he's in control. Like he almost views it with
Exactly.
he's in control. Like he almost views it with almost like him fighting a child.
Exactly.
Like a man with there swinging a knife at him, and it's like, oh, be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of, but I don't get that vibe from him in this live action. I don't get that vibe.
So John Cho, that's who plays it.
Mm-hmm.
While he's like comparing the anime to like the live action, he'll be like 20 years older in this case.
Right.
I think he plays Spike well. Like he
yeah. I wouldn't know that. No, for me, my only reservation is like the martial arts aspect of it. That
I'm hoping they bump it up a notch in the next season. I understand that this is the first season is more along the lines of world building, character development, that kind of thing, right? So you're kind of getting to know the characters, getting to know their backstory. They delve a lot more into backstory in the live action than they ever did in the series. And they're putting up a lot more because as much as we hate the characters in the live action, Vicious and Julian,
dog, I was up.
As much as we hate the characters in
this is what's crazy about this, right? On one hand, I hate Vicious's portrayal, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I understand why they portrayed him this way.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, he's supposed to be this cold and calculating killer.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be way more
like he's only emotional when he's confronted with Spike.
Yeah.
Just like as a matter of fact, if we want to do a comparison, the way he reacts whenever he sees Spike is sort of like when Madara sees Hashirama.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a good comparison. Yeah. That's a good comparison.
Like Madara. Look at Madara. Madara is always having arms folded. Nothing don't bother him. Somebody come out and see him here.
Yep.
And then after that, go. Like him don't put no effort into anything he's doing. He's there like. Yeah. And then when you look for the man again, the man burn up. Black. Yeah. The man burn up. You're like, did he just step aside? This man just swing the biggest blade at him and him go so blow and the man burn up. Him dead. No more. That's Madara. And then when him see Hashirama, he's like, all of a sudden, him excited about life. I'm like, this is a problem.
Yes.
Like Hashirama and Madara sort of have that like Batman and Joker, like that kind of vibe.
The vibe, exactly.
It have that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So with Vicious in the live action though, what's kind of neat what they did was this thing about like they gave us a realistic take on why he was in the syndicate because your father is one of the elders.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I
like the twist behind that.
The things that they did in terms of the creative changes, they made it seem very real and tangible.
Yeah.
I like what they did with that. And then of course him having the complex because he's sort of impulsive compared to his father who's very, very calculating. So he's supposed to be more like his father, but him can't measure up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
by the way, they picked the perfect actor to play his father, by the way. Like the guy who played his father was damn.
No, trust me, it was perfect. That was spot on. But here's what's even doper, right? So this is where we're going to spoiler territory, like super spoiler territory, right? If we never even spoil anything already.
Yeah.
Bro, the twist at the
end with Julia. Yeah.
Jesus, dog. Bro, no, hold on. Did you, and I need to ask this question, did you watch The Blacklist?
Yes.
No, did you watch season 8?
I'm all the way caught up to The Blacklist.
You watch all of season 8?
Well, yeah, I'm up to date, man. Yeah.
You realize they pulled a season 8?
Yeah.
Dog. As in, bro, like I don't even go lie. As much as I as much as I had like a dislike and a disdain for Elizabeth Kane in season 8, I was on a level I kind of liked it at the same time, because I'm like, this is what happens when good people go bad. This is what happened.
So we will touch on that one until later, like, because I have some theories on blacklisting, and we need to talk about those.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
But on Cowboy Bebop right now.
On a level though, I need for catch up with season 9. I don't touch no part of season 9 yet. But as far as 1 to 8, I'm all the way up to 1 to 8. I don't.
Yeah. You need to watch a couple of episodes on season 9.
Yeah, bro.
Because they did kind of a time jump. I won't get to spoilers on that, but yeah, they did kind of a time jump, and yeah,
Listen, I don't even know what else to say other than. Wait, did you see the video that I did where I spoke about like a dream world that I have?
I saw. I don't think that's
basically what I said was, imagine Dexter walks into a room expecting to just be there by himself, and he opens the door, and there's Reddington sitting down.
Oh,
and then after that, because the first thing that will happen, he's going to be like, okay, this is not the first time this has happened to me before. People have broken into my house several times, so I'm used to this. So I'm going to ask the question, who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? And then he's going to be like, Dexter Morgan, I'm impressed with your work, and I was just wondering if you needed protection. I'm like, he's like, protection from what? From you? He's like, no, of course not. It's like, from the police, and everyone else, the Feds, CIA, anybody really. Like, I just think that conversation would be amazing.
Yes. By the way,
like, if they
by the way,
yeah.
Have you seen the new season of Dexter?
Not yet. I need to.
I saw the first episode, and I'm like, where was this? Why was this not the last season of Dexter? Come on now.
No, I know. You see, this is what I like about what the writers are doing with shows. Like, I give you another example that's similar to that, because Dexter ended and then pick up, right? When you look at the ending of Attack on Titan, my boy did the same thing. He ended it on a note where if he wanted to, he can come back and start the series over. And the thing about it is,
even that though, we're referring to the manga here, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, all right.
So, because he did an ending and then he did another ending, and I was just like,
I like the second ending better though.
I like the second ending better.
You know why I like the second ending? Because I get the feeling that that's what he wanted us to see.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that that's what he wanted us to see that. And I like, you know what I like about it? It showed you that, time went on and nothing changed. It's like people did still a war anyway, and not only war, even worse than before.
Exactly.
It's just like, no technology better.
Yeah.
There's ships coming in. There's jets. You see me? It's like, okay, like,
yeah,
we have to, be respectful of how he decided to give us that. Because when you look at the panels and you see each transition, like when you see what the tree was like, then you see what was around it, it's like you could see the sequence and the actual. It's like every time, it's like, imagine that you could literally put a number of a year under each of the trees that you saw.
So now
I won't lie, the touch that he put on that particular ending, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
By the way, have you read the Bleach chapter that they had dropped the other day?
No, all right. See, here's the thing. For me and Bleach, I go be honest with you, right? I would have to literally go because I think after they beat Aizen the first time or whatever, I kind of got lost after that, right? So I would literally have to go all the way, catch up, and because when I saw like the poster for an older Ichigo with everybody, like when I saw that, I'm like, this is actually cool though. Like I like everything. I just like everything about it. When I see it, I'm like, this don't feel.
So I won't get too much into spoilers, but they kind of set up for Bleach.
Yeah.
What Naruto did for Boruto. But they did it before Boruto.
Yeah.
And then Boruto kind of got into
it. I get what you mean. Because I read, let me tell you, I read a chapter where his kid just walked with, I don't remember who he was walking with. And he get up and he like open a portal into Hueco Mundo. And I'm there like,
that's the newest chapter, by the way.
When I look at that, I'm like, bro, how old are you? Why can you do this?
Bro,
how old are you and why can you do this?
Bro. All I'm saying to you need to get up to date, because once they start to release the news chapters, I'm going to need to express everything that I'm reading.
Yeah.
Because after I read that same chapter, my mind was
Trust me. Like, it's not normal. It's not.
Did you read that entire chapter, by the way?
I think I did. I don't like. All I remember is just seeing that particular scene, and it's just like when I saw it, I'm like, well,
because the potential that's going to come from that chapter alone is mind-boggling, brother.
Trust me.
Because let me tell you, it explains what happens to captains when they die and the potential for their return.
Yes. Yo, that's yeah. I like what they do in terms of this strange world where you're technically already dead already. You're technically already dead, but then you can die again. It's so weird. I mean, have you ever seen a soul bleed? You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Have you ever seen a soul bleed?
No. They are going into some shit that you're just like, what?
So we created a nice tangent, right, from the Naruto comparison for the Spike versus Vicious, right? Then we went into I made the Batman and Joker reference.
Yeah.
Went into
Attack on Titan.
Yeah. The reason for that was because of how they chose to do the Julia thing, right? And I like it. Yeah, there we go. The blacklist. That's it. That's it right there. The reason why I like what they did is because I get the feeling that what they might do, I don't want to spoil anything. I get the feeling that one way or another, we're gonna get the same near ending that we had last time, where Julia might get got.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's I think they're gonna probably take it in that same direction, but they're probably gonna do it in a roundabout.
Yeah, no, I get the feeling that what might happen is that Vicious might escape somehow, and then him probably wage war against her, and in the midst of the war, she die, and then then Spike is gonna be like, okay, I tried to stop him from doing that. She's dead anyway. No, I have to kill him.
And then we're gonna get that scene after.
Right.
Yeah, for those who have not watched the anime,
right.
I won't spoil what happens to Spike. I thought it was a fitting end for Spike, though.
Yeah. I mean,
I kind of wish it didn't. I kind of wish he continued on. But with how they took the story.
This is the thing about that, right? I feel like the author just wanted to do that to everybody. You know, I just be like, yeah, I didn't tell you he didn't tell you he didn't. So he left it there. It's like, I don't know. Is he based? I just realized what I want to say. He turned Spike Spiegel into Schrodinger's cat.
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah.
I just realized. It just occurred to me. Is he dead? Is he? No.
Yeah, because
we don't know, right?
I mean,
so that's what
they've been through some shit, and they've come back before, right? Like,
yeah, I think, and I think that's what happened to us, right? We got so accustomed to Spike falling out of buildings, nearly being blown up, right? Being shot,
yeah,
right? Having shrapnel in him and all kind of rubbish. So when we got there, we're like, okay, he's gonna get up, and then it never happens.
Just a big smile on his face at the end. But like, all right,
you know what other fantasy people have, right?
Which one? Yeah,
a Bash the Stampede collaboration with Spike. Yes.
Because I mean, they're so they brought me back in some nostalgic thing. For me, Vash was my all-time. Trigun was my all-time favorite anime in the very beginning.
You know what's crazy? Let me tell you what's crazy. I tried to watch it in subs, right? Tried to watch it in subs, and it just never felt the same.
It didn't.
You know why? Because like I feel like the dub was so amazing in terms of the guy
they captured
the energy of the character, and it was done so well that when I get to watch the Japanese version of it, I'm like, yo, it felt like an underperformance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is so far away from the norm where the Japanese version is typically better than the dub.
But what? Let me tell you,
they did it well.
And this might go into maybe another topic, but like we need to have like either a top 5 or top 10 best dubbed anime ever.
Yeah.
Because you have some that the dub is. The dub is so damn good that it's literally on par with sub.
Yeah.
If not better. Like, geez. Like, and it's
you know what did that for me too? Fist of the North Star did that for me too. In some
I don't know. Honest to God, I don't remember. I don't know. For me, Fist of the North Star sub, I love it so much because it's hilarious.
It's hilarious, yeah.
Like when I say hilarious, like the Japanese characters, when I say like, because some of them have these deep voices, right? So like you have these guys, they look very menacing and very mean, and then he's like, son, this, nah. And then after that, him body start contorting, and he's like, oh no. So like when you hear him voice go from super like manly to like bitch voice, high pitch.
Yeah. Bro, like, oh god. Yeah. There's so many topics we can cover. We can talk for days on this thing.
You know what? All right. So here's a topic that I'm coming up with off the top of my head now. What was the better experience? Attack on Titan manga or Attack on Titan anime?
Ooh.
Yo, I can tell you straight up what's mine. I can tell you straight up what was mine. And it's a rarity that happens.
Yeah. Based on what you're saying right now, I can already tell what you're gonna say.
Like it's a like, bro, like you ever read a manga and watch an anime and you can't do it?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Like painful.
No, it's not even. It's like for whatever reason, it's like not that it's not good. It's just like it's like like when you're reading it and you feel the intensity of the scenes, and you're like you're on the edge of your seat reading everything. You're like, what?
So something. All right. I can give you an example of one now where like reading the manga, you're just like, holy shit, like you're just mind blown by it, and then you're kind of wondering how it would translate into the anime.
Yeah.
There was two, and they're actually Korean manuals that got translated into Japanese anime. God of High School and Noblesse. They haven't finished the Noblesse. I'm dying for them to do more of the webtoons for Noblesse. But
this is the thing though. I need to go back and read Noblesse because I am so far behind.
Bro.
Listen, let me tell you where I was at. I got to the point where the werewolf guy was like the king of the werewolves. Like he was brought, basically they revived him, they brought him back. Yeah. But what I don't remember is what happened, because apparently they tried to attack him, and then after a while, everybody looked at him and said, look, you guys need to back away from this, because if you guys start fighting him, you're all going to die and nothing will come of it, right? You're going to lose. So just forget about this fight. Like, walk away.
So
you can't win.
I have to reread it, but I thought it was done so freaking well. Like, the only thing that got me was the ending.
So it actually ended?
Yeah. But they left it kind of open-ended at the same time.
So they say I never got to the ending. So I need to work on getting to that ending.
Yeah. I need to reread it. I fully plan to reread it, but like I read every chapter. That was one manga manual.
I know. No, the Korean and the Japanese.
That was one that could not pass, and I not read it, brother. Like it did. Frankenstein, bro. Frankenstein was just
Let me tell you the thing about Frankenstein. Frankenstein is like he's not supposed to be. He's not supposed to be. But somehow him feel like the protagonist of the show.
Yes.
And he's not. And the worst thing is he's so not even a good person. And guess what? He doesn't even care about it.
Exactly. The man is so gangster, brother. So
gangster. This man will, like, I remember when everybody was training with him, and then he's like, guys, you ever notice that every time he's giving a speech, he's always doing it with one foot on one of us?
Bro, and what the whole dynamic between him and Dr. Cromwell.
Yeah.
That where Cromwell is following his Frankenstein's note, not realizing that that's Frankenstein. Every time they fight, he's like, who is this guy? You know, oh my God, he has the same powers as me. You know? How can it be? And then I think it was near the end that he found out it was actually Frankenstein, and he's like, oh fuck. Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense, but at the same time, it's like he should have known that though.
I thought so too.
In other words, you can't be that, because let's look on it for what it is. There's no other evidence of anybody else writing a book like that. And you have that book in your possession, right? And then somebody else have the exact same powers as you. I don't know. Because then you might be thinking, wait, am I the copy or the original? What am I?
Yep.
You know? Well, this is the thing. And we have to give these people credit, because we don't even need an anime, because everything was in color already. Yeah. It was in color already.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I remember when Frankenstein literally, I'll never forget this. Frankenstein swiped at one of the 4 people that he was fighting. And then he's there standing about to attack somebody else. He gets hit, obliterated. right? Gone from life, like literally dead. See? And everybody look and go, did he just kill that guy? And then everybody looks at him again, and he's like, oh, whoops, didn't see you there. Yeah. And then I remember, and the other guys, what they call them, the arcane knights.
Yeah.
The arcane knights all reacted at the same time, and Cinemir, he did that on
purpose. Yeah.
Like all of them had the same reaction. They're like, the whole of them stand up there and they go, oh my God, he did that on purpose.
Yes, bro.
And you know why it's funny? Because them always put like that dark over them eyes so that you can tell that they're all
and then a couple lines and like a few lines.
Like all of them go, God damn it. He killed him on purpose.
Yes.
Yo, Frankenstein. Like there are not many. There are not many like him. There's just not many. There's
and you know it's so odd to say, but like those few Korean made manhwas, right?
Yeah.
To me are on par with some of the top tier mangas, bro. Like,
oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like, and like a lot of people would never expect that, right? Like oh shit. Yeah.
I mean, it is this is the thing though. What I'm impressed by is the fact that they got all of that in color and on time. Like, because remember, one of the reasons why the companies do what they do with the lack of color is because they're not a time to color that team.
Exactly.
They don't get that kind of time.
And it's not like they do any kind of short chapters or anything. The chapters are 70-odd pages, 80-odd pages long.
Bro, I remember like, scrolling for days.
Yes, bro. That's like,
and it's and they don't allow side scroll. They're giving us vertical
scroll. Yeah.
Then they give us the vertical scroll. That's it.
Bro, like it was amazing artwork, especially Gata High School. I loved Gata High School. And I don't know if they finished it now. I know that they had taken a break.
Yeah.
Because the writer was ill at the time, and they said that they wanted to make sure that they give us a proper ending to the series, and they want to get it right. So they said they're taking a little hiatus.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see if they dropped any new chapters. I haven't checked it out. Another one who is doing amazing is Murata with One Punch Man.
Oh, yeah. This is the thing. This is the thing. Like, if I know that I can't remember how many seasons of that came out already.
2.
There's 2 of them.
Seasons. Yeah, I'm dying for them to do more, but the manga right now, bro. Ooh, fuck.
I mean, I'm thinking that the thing that bothers me is that it doesn't matter what they put in front of Saitama.
Bro.
They put anything and everything in front of him, and then the thing is, it's not like you go through this amazing fight and everything look like, oh, finally you're meeting a match, and then
yeah.
And
that's a trope,
it's
right?
not even that he punches you. He punches you so hard that the world itself starts to have complications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the whole trope behind Saitama, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a big party on superheroes.
Right. Yes,
Superman
it is.
and them Mondays, right? Like you have this godlike figure and thing, and then that everybody is trying to tone down who they are, but the writers of One Punch Man, they don't give a fuck. They're just like, I have this godlike power. I train. Yo, the backstory for Saitama is so freaking hilarious.
No, it is literally unbelievable. Exactly. It is literally unbelievable. People will look at that and be like, you did what?
1,000.
Yeah, I just did this and
1,000.
You did not do that, sir. What you did was you went to outer space and you got some kind of rare, sexually transmitted God disease from an alien woman that you had sex with that you forgot about, right? After getting drunk on alien sake, right? And then you came back to the planet acting like you're a regular human. That's what happened.
But yo,
that's the story. I'm sticking to it.
So I saw a YouTube video the other day from Master Media, right? And they spoke about how King is probably the most powerful superhero, unbeknownst to everybody else, right?
Yeah.
But it's, the reason behind it, right, is not like physical strength or shit like that. He has his power, his latent powers, right, are like godlike luck, right? Like he's super lucky. Like every time he goes to get into a fight, somebody interrupts the fight and completely obliterated, and he takes the credit for it, right? Because I think there was the one where it was that giant monster, and like he was a scrawny dude at the time. I think that's how he got the scar. And then Saitama came in and does literally one punch the monster and then disappears. And then like everybody's like, oh my God, he did that. Oh wow. Yeah, So there's that, and then he had the ability to rally like superheroes and I think even some villains are like right to his aid.
Yeah.
So like he has, and that came true in the latest chapter. If you haven't read it yet, I think you should. But bro, like it's unbelievable. Like he's setting up to do some special move, right? Like he has no powers to do, right? He's like in his mind, he's like, oh my God, please don't kill me, right? And he's like supposedly charging up, and literally in 1 second, right? All the monsters that were around him, that like were like super level monster cadre type levels, right? Got obliterated literally in 1 second, right? And everybody's like, oh my God, King did it. He did it. Wow. Right? And King himself is like, holy fuck. What happened? It's like totally bluffing and bullshitting my way through, but it worked.
So in other words, they are letting him believe it.
No, well, the S-rank superheroes don't know what the fuck's going on behind the scenes, right? So the scene that happened, right? All right, I don't know if you want me to go into spoiler territory here, but I can if you want me to, right? Yeah. So you want me to go into spoilers, right? For this
I mean, put it this way, I get the feeling that it's. I mean, however it go, I'd probably go see it one way or another. So I don't know.
All right. So spoiler territory here, right? After there's a fight between Gara and Silverfang, which wasn't in the original manga or the one manga either, but they did one, and Gara in his monstification form, right? Like he's breaking out of his monster shell and kind of getting back because he went on this rampage, right? And he's kind of getting back some semblance of humanity. And Vomited Ugly Fur was coming to come kill Silverfang. And then you had like a bunch of other monster cadre around the place, right? And they had Platinum S. Right? They didn't have Platinum S in the manga, but they built Platinum S here. And Platinum S was challenging King, right? The man fully took out like half a dozen S-rank heroes. And he's like, all right, King, I'm here for you now, right? Any move that you can come up with, I will cut your head off in like a fraction of a second because I'm like 54 billion sperm or something like that. Because he's a black sperm, right? So to form Platinum S. But like Gara goes into this rage, right? Like right as King is about to charge up, like you're seeing the timer countdown, like 10 millionth of a second, right? Garo blasts through vomited ugly for her, blasts a hole through his stomach, kills the evil water dude, and then completely blows Platinum S away, right? Within 1 second, right? And like you're seeing while King is like powering up, and everybody's like, "Yes, King, go do your super beam cannon," like some fucked up name, Zin. And he's like charging it up in, and he's like, full on Super Saiyan type thing, and all anybody saw was the monster cadre in front of him just get blown to shit in 1 second, right? Right? And everybody's like, "Oh my god, he did it!" So it was Gara the entire time. Gara just went super mode and just blasted all the monster cadre in like 1 second, and everybody thought it was Kick.
So in other words, he is literally the greatest superhero to have done nothing.
Exactly. Right? So it was hilarious. To the point where like none of the other SC heroes could keep up with what was happening. It was just like, oh my god, he did it. Oh my god, he's so amazing.
You know what, that all of that coming like a Caleb City episode.
But yeah, bro.
Yeah.
There's like so much shit like we have to talk about in so many different animes. It's like anime,
like
live action shit.
Bro, hey, you know what? Rurouni Kenshin, live action, pros and cons.
Yeah.
Pros and cons of Rurouni Kenshin live action. Right? So we have that. We have Legend of Korra, Boruto. And you know what? Just for fun, right? Just for fun, if you happen to have seen it, we can probably throw in a little Young Justice in there. Maybe.
Oh, I need to watch the episode of Young Justice. Like I
don't see none of those HBO Max episodes for Young Justice yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet either, and I'm like, okay, I need to take it in.
So guess what? You see what they're doing? You see what they're doing to us? They're saying, "Oh, you want to see it? You gotta get HBO Max."
Yeah, so I have a workaround for that. So I'll send you the link.
Yo, listen, I swear it's like you need to understand what they're doing. They're looking at us and saying, "You see the theater that you like and love so much? Forget her. Forget about her. Break up with her, bro. You're done with that.
Yeah.
You're with me now. You're with Netflix. You're with HBO Max. You're with Hulu.
Hulu, yeah. Paramount Plus.
Where you new family now?
Yeah.
Yeah, stop mind sheet. Give us that.
Yeah. Bro. Yeah. And I have a way around all that shit too, but I'll send you the link.
Bruh.
We won't talk about that here.
Bruh, hold on. Wait. You know what? Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. I mean, it recently came out, which the views on it are, people either love it or hate it. So you're either a super fan or you really just be like, it's okay. Stone Ocean, right? No, the thing about that is most people before seeing that more than likely read through chapters 1 to 5 anyway, and then read chapter 6 before this one got released. And I get a feeling that most people are actually waiting for Steel Ball Run, to be honest, because a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, Steel Ball Run, you almost don't have to read nothing else, and you will enjoy yourself reading Steel Ball Run. It's actually hilarious. And what's crazy about it is that it introduces ideas that may have been introduced in chapter 1. And let me tell you the crazy part about it. chapter 7 takes place at least maybe 100 years before chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in other words, there's a writer called Diego Brando, who is maybe the grandfather of Dio Brando's father.
Yeah. So,
but in the defense of the show, if you can read Just Steel Ball Run, that's actually, trust me, it's a good time. It's a good time even without it being animated yet. Them don't even animate this one yet. And I'm pretty sure that they're working on doing that. Maybe you would probably not go get it that soon. But because they worked on Stone Ocean, I get the feeling that they're not going to deny your Steel Ball Run. I'm going to do that. Right?
Okay.
So I get the feeling that it's coming. But you know what would be dope? I want to talk about the one way that they could have made Death Note even better than people are claiming it to be.
This is the animated series or the live action that they did?
No, the anime.
Oh, yes, yeah.
The anime. I mean, I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna talk about like because for one, they changed a lot of things, and it's like what they changed never made it better. Yeah, it's like
like how Cowboy Bebop changed things like that. It was for the better.
Yeah, right. It just, to me, is like, if you're gonna do it, just do it. You know, because the thing about it is that why Death Note was so compelling was because here's this guy pretending to be a regular high school student, and then there's this guy that's looking at him like, I don't trust you all the way.
Yeah.
I don't trust you all the way. But you know what? Let's just be best friends. I'm gonna keep a close eye on you. And it, like, on one hand, him say, I don't trust him, but I don't have proof. And him want proof. Right? But yo, there's an idea that I have about how Death Note could have been doper, and believe me. I'm not saying it here. It has to be another day.
Yeah.
It has to be another day. Yo, you know, okay. Samurai Jack. That you remember that final season that they did?
Yeah, where they kind of ended the story.
So my mind is blown about that thing that they did. Where it's like, oh yeah, you went to the past with her, tried to get married, but then he's already. So, what happened? Like, how did we not know that was? Shouldn't she have disappeared, or what happened?
So based on the paradox, right?
No, this is the thing. I know what happened. What I'm trying to figure out is why she never disappear before then. She should have disappeared immediately, is what I'm thinking. And no.
When did he finally defeat was it before or?
Let me tell you what happened. So if I remember correctly, they both got sent into the past,
right,
to fight the past version of Aku that was about to send Jack into the future. So he sends Jack into the future. Then he sees another portal open. Jack and the girl come out and basically run the sword through him, back, boom, kill him. Finally over.
Yeah.
The problem with that now is that when he dies there, the future over there changes, right? But what I don't understand is it that because she's in the past with him, why it don't affect her until much later? Like,
so
I don't get it, because at the end of the day, If he had died, meaning he would not have existed in the future to create her in the first place, so she would have not existed. So if that's the case, then she should have died then and there.
Yeah, but I thought you know what I thought they were going to do after that. All right, so you remember how, if you've ever watched like episodes of The Flash or read any of the comics and stuff like that, how they have the time paradox where if he went into the past, like somebody from the future goes into the past and stuff, and then the past changes, do they ultimately no longer exist and things like that? But they've had cases where almost like a residual image or like a variation of them should have maintained, right?
Yeah.
I thought that that's what they were going to do with her, and then all of a sudden, boom, disappears.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yo, you know what? Wait, you follow Reanime on Instagram?
Do I?
Because like those guys, when it comes to live action, they're it's like they basically take everything about what we love about an anime and reenact the scene. I think they did Hunter x Hunter. They did a scene from like the when Shikamaru's squad went after two members of the Akatsuki.
Mm-hmm.
And they did something else, but it was, listen, these guys.
Oh, the Reanime films?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then there was Team Red Pro. They did I'm not sure if you saw the fusion they did with Afro Samurai Champloo.
No, I did not.
Bro, you need to see that.
Where's that one from?
Team Red Pro. Team Red Pro. I think them they should still have their content on YouTube, I believe. You know, it should still be there. That was dope. You know what would be dope if somehow they approached them and had, but then again, we need somebody that I want somebody that can give us that. In other words, if we're getting Cowboy Bebop, I'm only hoping we can get Samurai Champloo live action. I'm saying.
Yeah, Samurai Champloo live action with this one.
I feel like it would be a lot. It would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to capture, how Mugen stay. Because Mugen, like, he would just abandon people, right? And then he run away. And then in the midst of running away, he's like, oh, damn it. It's like, what? I forgot to kill him.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember if the English voice of Spike was also the English voice of Mugen, wasn't it?
I'm not sure,
Hold on.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't even remember. And
like a lot of the voice actors were
yeah. The voice actors are that good, where they're basically just like, listen, if you're a voice actor in these parts, like you are, I don't even know what to call you. You're the MVP because they call you for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Call you for everything. It's like, oh, did you work? Most of these people probably have done all. I'm pretty sure some of these people were in the Arkham Asylum games. For sure, you. They're everywhere. They've done everything.
Exactly.
Like think of a game. Think of an anime or a cartoon or what. It's like, what? You did that and this. Yo, wait. I forgot to show you the squad. Where's hold on. I'm gonna show you the squad in a little bit. Give me a minute. I'll show you the squad right. Let me show you the squad. So we're gonna look back on the camera now. All right. Here is the squad.
God. Full on Yu Yu Hakusho, bro.
Here's the squad, bro. Here's the squad.
Yes, bro. Yes.
No, that they can't do live action for that. They can't.
They can. There's no way.
You know why? It would be too gross. I don't think we could have managed that, bro. It would be like, no, we don't need to be seeing that. we don't need that kind of trauma in our lives. It's okay. No. It's better off as anime. It's better that way.
If they ever tried to, I swear people will shut them down like so quickly.
Yeah, but yo. It's funny that he's the same guy that does Hunter x Hunter, and people are begging him. They say, sir, please, just finish the story for us, please. Because their fear is that he's gonna end up like rest in peace to Kentaro Miura.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, people were joking about the Kentaro Miura thing for years. Yeah. They've been joking about it for years. And then when it finally happened, people were sad. Because they're like, him go dead, left him work.
Exactly. And then
see what you guys did. You see what you caused. You see what you caused. That's it.
Yeah, bro. Like
there's a lot. There's a lot. You know what? All right, hold on. You know what? I actually, out of a morbid curiosity, I watched the Mortal Kombat Legends animation.
So
I'm not gonna lie, Johnny Cage was hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't expecting him to be that funny. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like there was a scene where Jackson's talking to him. He's like, I think she likes you. He's like, what? He's like, how do you know that? He's like, oh, she didn't punch you in the nuts. He's like, actually, she did. Repeatedly. It's like, when you talk, he's like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. You're too busy being kidnapped to be, in on the joke, right? See, when I first met her, the first thing that happened was her knee got very intimate with my balls. Very intimate. Okay? Violently intimate, but intimate all the same, right? So that's what happened. And then the next time I opened my mouth, again, not sure why I did it. Oh, no!
So did you see because it was Mortal Kombat Legends, the Scorpion's Revenge, and then Mortal Kombat Legends Battles of the Realm. Did you watch both? I did
not see the second one.
You need to watch both. They kind of did it like almost like Mortal 11.
Wait. Oh, all right. Don't tell me nothing. Because that means I go different. Bro. That whole, first of all, Fire God Liu Kang. Fire God Liu Kang. You know what that is? You know what that is? I think that was an apology to the fans of Mortal Kombat. That's what I think that was.
Yeah.
Because we got zombie Liu Kang before, and we're like, what is this?
Yeah.
So now, to make up for those years, those horrible years of Deadly Alliance, Deception, and then Armageddon, we finally get the redemption in the form of Fire God Liu Kang. With regular Lord Mortal Raiden. And it is now Fire God Liu Kang's job to reshape history. And now we're going to get an alternate reality Mortal Kombat. Where instead of us mortals fighting, who knows? Johnny Cage will be the god of mischief.
Loki incarnate.
You know what I mean? Kung Lao, the god of arrogance. Sub-Zero, the god of winter. the god of winter. Right?
Oh, that story has been retold so many fucking times. So Mortal Kombat has just gone on.
But this is what I like about what they've done is that they even went as far as, you know, having Shang Tsung come in and saying, no, you can't do that. If you do it without the crown, you're gonna break all of reality and kill us all. All right. So how about you let me go ahead and do it? And then Luke Kang is like, all right, go ahead, do it. All right. I have my reservations, but okay. And then only he's like, wait, you let me win? Let me win. It's like, yes, I knew you were going to snake us all. You're a snake. What else are you supposed to do? Snake.
Didn't they do like two alternate endings that the expansion?
They did two. I think they did one where Liu Kang won. They did one where Shang Tsung won.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
what I love is that they brought back the actor who did the original Shang Tsung to do
they
the
had to.
skin.
They had to.
Like that was amazing. Like,
they
that
had
was
to
so
because this is the thing. These people, you see, if Ed Boon understands anything, he understands the value of nostalgia. He understands it.
Yo, that man is a freaking genius, though, you know.
It's what he does. It's
Ed
what
Boon
he
is
does.
a freaking genius, though. Like,
it's what he does. I mean, look at what the man did. The man gave us Freddy, gave us Jason, gave us Terminator, gave us Rambo, gave us RoboCop.
He even gave us Leatherface, bro, and Alien and Predator.
Oh yeah. See, Alien. I forgot about that. What?
Bro, the man has gone above and beyond every single time. Man.
Ridiculous.
Hmm.
Well, wait, which we went everywhere, bro. We went everywhere.
Yeah. There's still so much more we can talk about.
There's nowhere else left to go.
No, bro, there's so much more shit we can talk about.
Oh my God. Yo. All right, I have an idea. I want to talk about one of these days the real reason why Itachi was written out of the Naruto story. The real reason.
Okay.
The real reason. Why do you think it was written out of the story? Just one reason.
I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
Let me tell you why. Because if he faced Madara, it would have been over. It would have been over. Yeah. Let me tell you why. Because he's the only person that did Izanami. Not Izanagi, you know. Izanami. Yeah. And if he trapped Madara in that shit, it would have been over. Madara would be there spending days of his life trying to get out of that shit. And he would have just stopped.
Okay.
So the writers have to be like, we can't have Itachi be the hero. We need Naruto and Sasuke to win. We can't make, like, the show is called Naruto and Itachi come in and kill Madara. We can't have this shit.
Yeah, from that perspective, I can
so it's like when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, Itachi had to go. Itachi, I'm sorry, but he had to go. We couldn't have that. So, it's just like with Hiko from Rurouni Kenshin. It's like, yeah, we can't put him in any more fights. Like, why? Well, see, a giant swung his sword down and he blocked it. Okay, he blocked a giant sword.
And it's the same thing with Aizen too, right? Like they had to find a way to kind of get Aizen down because Aizen was just too freaking powerful.
No, all right. Here's the problem that I have with Aizen, right? I have no idea why he's as powerful as he is. None. Like, I don't have a clue. Like, where was he birthed by God?
So
was he birthed by God? That's the question.
Yeah.
No, look, yeah. If we don't have an answer, there's nothing else to talk about.
So, all right.
If
so I think it was kind of like through experimentation where he was like trying to take the souls of like hollow through hollowification trying to
But
steal react.
what I don't understand is like how old is he then? Because he must have come from way back for can experiment on that many generations of Shinigami and Hollows to be able to do all of this.
They never fully explain a lot of that twin.
Honest to God, let me tell you
there
what.
There was a bunch of them that were born.
I'm gonna tell you what they should have done. This is what they should have done. You see, all the fillers that we got
should have done some backstory.
Should have been exploring all of that.
Yeah. Because
honestly, because all the fillers that we got never did nothing. It never served the series any at all. I'm surprised that the show never get canceled with the amount of fillers that they were doing. But those fillers never really do nothing. And then all you could have do is take the fillers, use it to explore. Okay, how did all the Arankar exist? How did we get all the Espada?
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a dope opportunity to do the backstory of all of these. But there are a lot of characters. Why we have so many characters and we don't get as much insight until, like, how did you guys get into the fold? Like, how did you get to where you are? No, that to me is where that was a missed opportunity for me. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been that.
Yeah.
It would have been that. It really could have been that. Because if you do that, people will not have a single bad thing to say about the fillers, because they will be like,
so speaking of Madara and Aizen, they are definitely doing the fight.
Wait, did they actually do that?
They are doing it. It's premiering this week. It premieres this week.
All right. So all right. Let me tell you how I think that would turn out. I think ultimately Aizen would win that.
Why would you why do you think that?
I think the reason why I said that is because Madara was like sort of like a like he was there thinking he was in control of the entire situation.
Yeah.
So he's there thinking, I have all these powers. It wasn't your doing. None of it was your doing. you were being assisted. You know what I mean? You were given steroids. Like, none of that was you, really. But then, on another note, I'm thinking the better. I'm just saying. Imagine Itachi versus Aizen.
The both of them have a similar technique.
It's not similar. Listen, Itachi is the god of that. And I can tell it, like, whoever wins is who will land the strike first.
Yeah.
And I can promise you Itachi would have win. You know why Itachi would have win?
Yeah.
Because he can literally do it without you having the slightest idea that he's actually doing that.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally stood in front of people and them stab him. And he's there like, oh no, you won. And then when you look, you just see crows.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell? Where is he? And then him look at you and him go, by the way, you're in my dream world now.
Yeah.
So then you're there fighting in Fine Eternity. And I said, it's like, let me out. And he's like, no. No.
Yeah. And considering that how even Ichigo was able to break out of Aizen's prison. Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness to Ichigo leveled up, really. He just leveled up, really. He just leveled up and just be like, oh, well, that's not working on me no more. Yeah, I mean, and what I'm trying to figure out is what Aizen's goal really was, because it's just like
become God, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're that powerful, do you need to be? In all seriousness, it's like, see, this is what happened. This is the same thing that happened to what name? The dwarf in the flask. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Read. It's like, bro, you're powerful enough. Why you need to be God?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Seckle.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I'm interested to see what they do with that. Because they even did
What do you
did
mean
see
like
one
the Madara versus
Aizen?
the Madara versus Isaac? What did I watch before? I think I saw Akuma versus Shao Kahn, I think.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah. And
Yeah, I think I saw
they did Dio versus Alucard as well.
Dio versus Alucard. All right, this is oh my god. Talk about an unpopular opinion. This is another one where I prefer the manga for Hellsing over the anime.
Yeah. No,
Like
yeah, by far.
no, you know why? Because when I read the manga, I'm having so much more fun.
Yeah. Because you can literally imagine it like in live action
and then
kind of thing happening.
when you get the anime, I feel like the anime tries
They tone it
hard.
down.
The anime tries so hard, to it's like when I was hearing the dubbed, I don't know if there was there ever a sub for Hellsing?
I think so.
But anyway, when I was watching the English dub, it's like all this cursing and all of that, and I'm there like, bruh.
Yeah, they try way too hard.
Like I remember watching it and going, this is not funny at all. It's not even, you know what I mean?
By the way, they did Korra versus Storm.
Versus who?
Storm.
I like it and I don't.
You should watch it.
I like it and I don't, because it's like I get the feeling that in a way, it's like, I don't know, because I get the feeling that Storm would kind of have the advantage, kind of. And the reason why I say that is because she could literally stay from a distance. You get what I'm saying? Like if she literally be like, you know what? Oh, this is getting too dicey. Just float off and just be like, she just becomes Thor for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like I feel like if you're going to put Korra up against somebody, I feel like put her up against somebody that's a little bit closer to what she does.
Like Captain Planet.
Dog. I don't even know what to say to that. Oh, wait. Okay, no. Oh, I don't want to say that neither. Cetrion. I was thinking about Cetrion. I was thinking about, but technically Cetrion is like.
Yeah. So who do you think would have actually won between the battle between Dio and Alucard though? Like you haven't seen
let me be honest. Dio has a habit of being slightly careless, so Alucard would come out winning.
I thought the same thing.
No, God no. Like Dio have a habit of being careless. Like because the thing about Alucard is super powerful and it's hard to hurt him, right? So it's like in the end, even though they would go tit for tat, after a while, Dio would just do something because Dio is super arrogant, right? Dio don't care. Like Dio will have a moment where him think him off the edge and they're laughing at you, and then
And that's what pissed me off. And a funny thing is, one of my coworkers had the same opinion, and we all thought the same thing. But not only
that too. Like, but Dio has, because remember, Dio's ultimate weakness is that he can, once he gets exposed to light, it don't feel.
And so, bro, like, no, I don't know how it is. Well, didn't he cure himself of that by?
The only way for him to do that, because remember, I think in the JoJo series, most of those masks were destroyed, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if there's any semblance of any of those masks still in existence. If he wore that mask all the same, he could, because the purpose of the mask was to protect them from that. Because the original creators of the mask did that for the reason of protecting the race of people. But then you know, they thought he was crazy. They tried to kill him. Then he ended up killing all of them. And that's the story of, you know, Cars versus, you know, Joseph Joestar. You know?
Yeah, but didn't Dio put his head up?
If you have to watch any version of JoJo, watch those particular episodes. Those are hilarious.
No, I know. Right? I've seen a couple of them, but like, if I remember correctly, didn't Dio like put his head on?
I know what you're thinking on Jonathan Joestar's
body. Yeah, and that's why he was immune to the whole sunlight thing after the fact or something. I know he did something like that.
He did that, yes. He did that. But his face would have still been the problem.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I urge you to watch the episode because
I'll definitely do it. But guess what? No,
I need to talk to you about it.
The other thing too is bro, they did worse than that though.
Yeah.
Link versus Cloud.
They did that twice, by the way. They did that one twice.
No.
They did another version of it.
They did not do that twice. They did that twice? Yeah. For what?
Brother, they even did Macho Man Randy Savage and the Kool-Aid Man.
They did what?
Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That first of all, what? A real life man versus a no. Jesus Christ. Like okay, fine.
Almost sure.
But seriously, Link versus let's talk about this. A guy that can square off against Sephiroth by himself is going to lose to Link. What? So we're saying that Link can beat Sephiroth. That's what we're saying now. I don't know. Like I need assistance. I need an adult. I need help.
Yes, they redid it. They redid it. Because I think they did one earlier. I'm looking through now, right? So they did an early battle and then they redid the battle again with all the new items and shit that he.
But it wouldn't make a difference.
Clearly. You and I know this. You and I know this.
What would they, bro.
You and I both know this. I'm trying to find the original.
That oh my god, I can't. I'm trying like bro, this is
Link
like
versus Trunks. Like
what?
Yeah,
that don't make any sense.
Oh, that was DBX. That wasn't Death Battle. That was some other thing.
Link versus Trunks. I don't know.
I don't even know who won.
I mean, you know that all Trunks needs to do is to just grab him by the neck and fly off with him into space and let him go. That's all he needs to do, you know. Like they just do it and leave him in space. That's it. That is it. It doesn't take anything else. It takes nothing else.
Exactly.
It's just like the only thing that could save Batman from Superman killing him is for him to become Dr. Fate.
Yeah. So they
honestly, that's the only thing that like if Batman wanted to beat Superman, he'd have to become Dr. Fate. Because once he did that, Superman done for. Because you go have Batman combined with like magical ability. Yeah. No, that's so you're dead.
So pre-this, they did one 9 years ago in 2012, and then they redid it again 5 months ago in 2021. Yeah. So, and they did the 1 minute nearly one too. Oh shit! They did like so many versions of this one battle.
Crazy.
I don't remember who won the one 9 years ago. I think that was the first one I watched, and I think Link won that one. I don't remember if he won the one recently too. Which one did you watch? The old one or the new one?
I might have, I don't know. It might have been an old one. I don't know. But either way, I mean, bro, you know what? Next thing you know, they're going to give us like Link versus Ichigo instead of Link go win.
Bro, I shudder to think.
Bro, this coming like
Link
if
reflecting
you know what they're going to do? They're
like
going to do Spike versus Bash and say that Spike will win.
God, I shudder to think.
I mean, come on, bro. It's not far from what they're capable of, bro. It's not far from what they're
yeah.
You know what they're going to next? They're going to go, oh, Mugen from Samurai Champloo versus, you know, Zolo from One Piece. It's like, no, that's not fair. That is not fair. And you know this. You know this.
Didn't they do one with Zolo recently too?
I think they did him versus Sasuke, I think. That makes, in fact, what would have been more sensible for them to do is to put Zola against Killer Bee. That would have been dope.
That would have been, yeah.
That would have been amazing. That's what they should have done. That's what they
I don't know who makes the suggestions for this shit. Like some of the fights here just don't make sense.
You mean like Kirby versus Majin Buu?
Bro.
Jesus.
Bro.
What?
Bro.
What? Because they're both pink.
Bro.
Is it because they're both pink?
Yeah.
Like,
and they both consume each other people, I guess. But they did Flash versus Goku Black.
It just occurred to me that because I remember the first time I saw that. I remember the first time I saw it, and I'm just there looking at the screen in disbelief.
Bro, they did Goku Black versus the Reverse Flash.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Why? What? Because they can both time travel. Like, I do bad words.
Bro. Yes, that Majin Buu versus Kirby one. Like.
All right, dog. Yes. Okay. Benny decided to join my show.
Did? Oh, yo, did you see the one Hiachi versus Geese?
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense because they put Geese in Tekken, right? Yeah. And made him, they just like how they took a lot of 2D characters and put them in Tekken. So, Tekken. You know, it's not that difficult for them to do. So Geese versus Heihachi, that I mean, listen, we're not gonna lie, Heihachi survived a lot though.
Heihachi was disgusting, bro.
Like he survived a lot. Like it doesn't make sense to think like when you look at what he survived compared to how he eventually, like, do you think they're gonna bring him back for Tekken 8? Because I get the feeling them will come up with some nonsense to say that he get
resurrected. Yeah, I have a feeling so much. It's not, to me. I feel like it's not Tekken without Heihachi. Like he's been in like literally every single one.
I think he's the reason why it exists in the first place.
Exactly.
But what? All right. Here's what doesn't make sense to me. Here's what doesn't make sense to me. If the mother Kazumi is the reason why the devil gene exists,
how did he have the devil gene?
No. How did Jinpachi end up? You know what I'm saying? Because didn't Jinpachi end up with the devil gene on some level?
Well, he would have gotten it from Kazuya.
No, but this is the thing. Remember, you know, Jinpachi.
Yeah.
And now I'm talking about the.
Oh, yeah.
And that me I talk about. That part, when I get that. May I try to figure it out? Like, how did he get it? Like, is it that the mother of Malas?
I think.
Like how does he get it? And then Heihachi don't get it.
Don't get it. Yeah.
Then end up with this woman pretending to be a human. She conceived, give birth to Kazuya, who definitely have it.
had fit, yeah, and then give it
right?
to Jin.
And then, fine, you kill her because you do have a choice. You actually left her alive, to be honest. You did. Then she decided to come and attack you again. You finally kill her.
So, to me, like, I've always kind of suspected that the devil gene was in the Mishima bloodline versus instead of not the not I don't know, like the story led us to believe.
Right.
Because if Jinpachi had it, right, I feel like it came from them, but it skipped a generation.
Maybe. But it's weird. But it's weird.
Yeah, the storyline doesn't add up 100%.
No, like for me, I could understand Kazuya getting it and Heihachi not.
Yeah, okay.
That part makes sense. Then it being transferred over to Jin.
The Jin, yeah.
That makes sense. But I don't get how Jinpachi. The Jinpachi part is what confused me. Because I'm getting the feeling that Heihachi had to fight Jinpachi because Jinpachi did corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And then him imprison him and say, look, I can't kill him because he's too powerful, so let me chain him up instead.
Right.
And you would have to have been a demon because how you chain up for so much years with no food and no water and still alive till Tekken 5. Remember, try remember, we never see this man till Tekken 5.
Yeah, true.
And remember, this happened before Tekken 1.
Yes. Yes. Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that, bro.
No, so I mean, I understand the need for overthrowing, the need for relieving the man of his seat and then taking it over and making it into something where it's like, okay, now I need to protect myself from my own son, who I threw off of a cliff because I thought he was going to die, and you know what I feel like happened? I feel like he did that because he wanted the cliff to do the job that he didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because him could have killed his son, but he did not want to take the responsibility of taking his son's life. So him do, I will throw you off, and hopefully, I hope say you're dead. And him though dead, he's like, damn it. That means say him definitely have the gene. Because he's not dead.
Yeah.
He's not dead, so oh damn it. Look at what I done did. And the sad thing about this, is that when you look at that story pretty much is the tale of a lot of people's lives nowadays, where it's like
that is true.
It's like me and your father pull apart, and because you have the picnic remind you of the father, so you end up taking out most of your hatred on the child for something that the child never did.
Yeah.
That's what, and then Kazuya grow up with an evil even more so than he would have been.
Yeah.
Because he basically grew up where it's like, like when I'm powerful enough, I am going to kill you. And also, it's like
but I did not. Yeah.
It tells a story similar to a real life. It tells kind of
I never pre it that for real.
It's tragic, but at the same time very real.
Very, very real.
Very, very real because look on Heihachi now. Now you have your youth. Now, on one level, the poor picnic can't understand why he did have to kill his mother. You never even tell him. You could have been like, listen, I'm going to be honest. I left her alive, actually. Not sure if you knew this, but I left her alive. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, she tried to kill me again. It wasn't one time she tried to kill me. She tried to kill me at least 6 times.
Yeah.
And the last time I left her alive, I decided I'm not take no more of this because it's either me dead or she dead. So I'm going to kill her.
Yeah.
Right? So the truth is, nothing is wrong with you. You are not a byproduct of her other than getting born from her. But she did evil. I'm a killer. She did evil, that's why I kill her. Because otherwise she'd have take you, poison you against me, and make you kill me.
And even so, it kind of poisoned him against himself anyway.
And guess what? If you look on it, it's like Talia Al Ghul and Batman and Damian. That's what that is.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like that, except Talia dead.
Yeah.
Like Talia is dead. So
ironically, doesn't Talia die?
No, because she kind of like them girl are wicked.
Yeah.
Like, in other words, she takes after her father in that maybe she might not be immortal, but God damn it, she hard for death.
Yeah.
You know, like she's very difficult to destroy. You know,
But I'm almost sure she died in one of the comics, you know.
I'm not sure. It's possible, but because you know, I mean, these
and then chances are, then probably resurrected with a Lazarus pit again.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, do they kill any? The only person who has ever remained dead is Uncle Ben. Like they never sought to bring Uncle Ben back.
Yo, because they bring back Mary Jane.
And guess what? Let's be honest. They brought back Thomas and Martha Wayne in another universe, but they brought them back. Because I mean, he is the new Batman and Martha is the new Joker.
I think Doctor Strange did something in one episode. I think they did it in the animated series for Spider-Man.
They probably
did. Like he came back for a short time and then disappeared again. Like they gave him some wish thing that he could get through. But it was just like for a short period of time.
Yeah.
But they have brought back Uncle Ben. You know, because they actually made one where Uncle Ben became Spider-Man.
Oh, word!
There's a comic book like that.
So is it that the roles were reversed where Peter dies instead?
No, actually, Peter's still alive.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I actually saw.
There's something that I've yet to watch, which I think we should watch. I don't think I've watched Invincible as yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
I don't think so. No.
Bro, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life?
No, like I've been hearing people talk about it.
Bro, like what? I have read the comics as well as watched.
Speaking of which, you know what was dope at a good time? The Umbrella Academy. That was a good time.
I think they're doing the season 3 soon.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It needs to happen because listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Those two
you saw it season 2, yeah. The cliffhanger that left season 2 on.
I know. First of all, just imagine poor 5 there like, oh damn it, not again. You know, 5.
Bro, after everything the man fucking went through. Like, bro, what yo, them father, the man's like, oh, after you told me what I did, I decided to adopt a different set of I was like, fuck you. Like, what
I know.
I saved your life, and then you turn around.
Yeah, I know, right?
And say, you know what? Fuck you too. I don't want to adopt you. I'll adopt other set of special kids who were born on this day and create my. I'm just like, damn.
But what is wild is what is when name there?
The professor dude there.
No man. Like the Hargreaves, right?
Yeah.
Like what is he?
I think he's a like a Martian or something like that.
Because
he's some form of alien, brother.
Because I remember him just literally go
and transform, yeah.
And just put on him face and just take time murder everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That is
that was
wild.
epic, yeah.
That is as wild as it gets. The man is just like, oh, really? You're going to tell who what?
Mm-hmm.
That could be like you look at Reddington and be like, I'm going to tell everyone who you are. You're going to be like, oh.
Oh, really now?
Oh, okay. Don't worry, you can tell them. I'll be in this room. Literally walk out of the room. And you're there like, oh, I'm safe.
Yeah.
Your bullet reach you, like, and he's like, oh, by the way, like he would have looked and be like, I took the liberty of taking this entrance. Yeah, I couldn't let you go around
exactly
spinning that kind of rumor. That's the
so
you don't
bro,
do that to your friends.
you need to catch up on Blacklist. You need to catch up on Dexter. You need to catch up. You need to watch Invincible, bro. Bro, I could talk for days on these shows, bro. You need to hurry up and watch them. You need to like binge watch all these seasons.
Put this way. Wait, but season 9 for the Blacklist though done?
Not done yet, but I'm watching it as it goes.
I mean, I tend to wait until the entire. Listen, there's one thing I know about blacklisting. I remember watching like 10 episodes in, and it felt like the season finale. And it's like you look and you go, there are 12 more of them.
Yeah.
And the 10th episode feel like the final episode.
Yeah.
It was
so. All right, we can actually talk about this because you've seen season 8.
Season 8, yes.
Who do you believe Raymond Reddington to be? Because they foreshadowed something near the end before they killed Elizabeth, right?
I mean, honestly, like I feel like whoever he is, anything about him would have been false.
No, but remember, in the scene where he has Elizabeth inside the Blacklist facility there.
Yeah, right.
They were foreshadowing something, and then they foreshadowed after Elizabeth was shot too. If you saw how they framed,
but that's a whole thing about the Blacklist. It's just like, yeah, we're going to do this and take it away.
Because remember, we found out that the person who Elizabeth thought to be her mother wasn't really her mother.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that she wasn't.
Right.
Now, first of all, she was a creep.
Yeah.
She was a super creep. I'm just like, you cannot be Elizabeth's mother for real. You're too much of a creep for that to be a reality.
But then they made it look like Reddington is her mother. If you saw the foreshadowing kind of thing and how they did the cuts and thing and they were saying that it wasn't Bridget who went in as Reddington.
Yeah. That I get where but because then again,
remember too, in one of the seasons, remember which one where this guy thought he was Elizabeth's father and thing, and then they did a blood test on Reddington, and it came back to say that Reddington is a familial match to Keen.
Right.
A lot of people don't remember that episode, but there was an episode.
No, I remember that.
Right.
And him whisper something in him ears that nobody else heard but the two of them.
Exactly. So my thought process behind this is a familial match, right? But we know the real Raymond Reddington.
So in other words, the man basically gets a sex change to become Raymond Reddington.
Exactly. That's the thought process behind it. And that's what they foreshadowed. Because remember, even the doctor who did the plastic surgery on Reddington, right? They didn't they didn't want to know who he was before he became Reddington, which could have spelled a lot. And then they did all that foreshadowing, and I'm like, bruh, is fucking Elizabeth's mother Raymond Reddington? Like, what the fuck? Is this what they're hinting at here? Like, holy fucking
and guess what? And guess what? And guess what? Nobody would ever suspect it.
Like, no, well, actually, to be fair, there was a couple that had a review on YouTube from a much earlier season.
Yeah.
That hinted to that, right?
Yeah.
But then it never transitioned to that, right? Like it never got to that point. Because everybody thought that, because remember he told her that he was Ilya Koslov at one point, right? But then it turns out Ilya was a different person. So it's like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Oh yes, I remember when, because, and then you found out, no, Ilya is not
Raymond Reddington. So who is Raymond Reddington? And they kept saying, okay, yeah, because even when Elizabeth was piecing it together, she's like, okay, so Ilya didn't go in. Who did? The only other person who was in on the plan was Katerina Rostova, which is Elizabeth's mother. So wait a minute, what's going on here?
Well, I can tell you, if you want to hide from the world, nip and tuck. I mean, listen, like, talk about hiding in plain sight. I mean, hey, what is it, rule 34? Or is it like, what was the rule again?
Oh, brother.
The gender swap rule? Like, it's like, hey, you want to go from playing as Sub-Zero to Melina? Got it. Got it. Okay. You want it to go from, being Scorpion to being Jade? Got it.
Got it.
Yes.
Bro.
Right? So that's listen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I call it. I called it there's a name I wanted to call the blacklist instead of calling it the blacklist. I wanted to call it the pot that called the kettle the blacklist. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say, because that's what the show is. The show is all about the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
But listen, that right there, I never, just what you were saying a while ago, it all makes sense. Like it never, like I never really thought, listen.
So what, if you ever go back and watch that scene.
Let me tell you what's crazy, right? Let me tell you what's crazy. That reminds me of when because my favorite season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is Golden Wind. Like, it's incredible. Love it. Like, the only reason why you watch the other seasons is just so that you can kind of know the history. Mm-hmm. But you see, when you watch that particular season, trust me, it's my favorite. The only thing that can compare to that is if them animate Steel Ball Run. But that's it. Like, Golden Wind is amazing. No, there's something that happens in that show that remind me of a very similar thing. Just a very similar thing to what happened in the Blacklist, right? Right, I just remember Giorno Giovanna, right? They said that Giorno Giovanna is the son of Jonathan Joestar. So this is what I said. I say, what? How? That's the first question I had. I'm like, oh, and then I go, wait.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
You remember what you said earlier?
Yeah,
He
when
put his
Dio
head
put head
on Jonathan's body. So Jonathan's genes went into the woman. So he's really the genetic son of Jonathan and not Dio.
Yeah. Cause
Bro, my brain broke when I read, because when I read it, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It was crazy. So it's because you know what? I need to rewatch it to see if, because in the manga, they show you that he has the birthmark. He has the star birthmark. And I'm like, well, you're Dio's son. You're what? How can you be a Brando and be a what? So my brain broke. But then when they explained that part, I'm like, I see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. You breed the girl with a next. Wow, pause. Pause.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yo.
Some crazy shit.
And bro. I would recommend anybody, because I love to do this. When I go on Twitter, I always make a comparison between Reddington from the Blacklist and Diavolo from Golden Wing, right? Because the thing that is common between the two of them is that every time you get this close to finding out their identity, you die.
Yeah.
You die. And you don't just die. You die in a horrible way. You're dead in a way unimaginable.
Yeah.
Yo, I not gonna lie. The person that infuriated me, I'm like, Tom Keen. Yo, Tom Keen, bro. What? You know, I have a name for him. Your name from now on is not Tom Keen. Your name from now on is Mr. BDSM. Think about it.
Yeah.
Let me explain what I mean. As a matter of fact, that's not his real name. Let me use a better name. His name is Mr. Duct Tape. Every season him have duct tape around him mouth. Yeah. I've never seen him in a season where he's not kidnapped.
That's true. That is very true.
Okay. Mr. got thrown into the van and carried off. Mr. Kidnapped. Mr. Duct Tape, that's his name.
Yeah, that's true. Now that I think about, I don't think there's.
Bro, almost every brother, Elizabeth kidnapped him.
Yes.
And then they got married.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's not a toxic relationship, I don't know what is.
Bro, they got married under threat of death. They were being chased down and thing, and like the whole wedding got shut up and all of them things. It was like,
yo, faking the death was extreme.
That was extreme.
That was extreme. That was when I saw that, I was like,
yeah, you saw our potential from there.
Yo, you're lethal. You see me?
Yeah,
the dark side is in you.
They could have done more with her character though. Like I'd hope to see more of her character, but I guess she was tired of the run.
No, let me tell you. I'm not sure if it was like, remember, when it comes to these series, sometimes the actor them tired,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
so
it's definitely.
It's possible that she wanted out and damn. Like, that's how you ruin my life. Not even my day. You ruin my life by doing that. Damn. That truck just ruined everything. I'm saying They probably wrote her out of the series because she tired.
She's tired, yeah. Yeah, well, she did say it. Yeah, there was definitely fatigue in there. But yeah, bro.
And the thing about this, that's a tough thing. That's a tough decision to make, because a lot of why the show was successful was really because, not just because of her, but she's integral.
Yeah, the dynamic. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm kind of want to end the show now. She's no.
Because
yeah,
because
I see where they're heading. See? And I'm like, okay. Huh. I'll give you an example. Have you ever watched the originals?
The what?
The originals.
I don't know if I have.
Yeah, so the originals is a spin-off of Vampire Diaries, where they talk about the main vampires and stuff, right? And then they did.
Guess what we didn't talk about?
What's that?
Castlevania.
Oh.
How did I not how in this entire thing that we've been doing and we don't mention Castlevania at all?
Yeah. That's true.
Anyway,
it's true.
Yes, onto the originals. It's just, as you said, the vampire thing, I'm like,
yeah. So Blacklist is kind of
the anime.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, there's a line in there, and I'll never forget it. He's like, I think he was getting like a lager from somebody, and he drinks it and he goes, oh, Christ alive. Tell me, do you people shit on the grapes?
Yes. Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
What kind of person sits down and thinks of a line like that?
Brother.
The man literally, like, he meant it to go. He's like, oh, Christ alive.
Trevor Belmont. I'm hoping they do the spin-offs with Trevor's kids.
No, I mean, look, I trust them with whatever they're doing, because they did a great job with 4 seasons.
Yeah. I hope they
I don't expect the quality to decrease, because it's like, first of all, I thought Trevor was dead. Like, I was convinced. I'm there like, oh, I almost mourned the character.
Yeah.
Like, they gave us a reverse Spike. That's what they did.
Well, to be fair, they technically couldn't have killed him off yet, considering that his kids weren't born yet.
No, that's what I was thinking. Like, in other words, the Belmonts that are gonna take over from.
So the only way I could have seen it if they killed him off, if in like the epilogue, you saw my girl there pregnant.
But wasn't she at the time though?
I don't remember. That's the thing. I have to.
Because because the thing is, I remember Alucard talking to her about staying with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because look here, for better or worse, he's attached to her in that if Belmont wasn't alive, he would want her to stay.
But the thing too, didn't she have 2 kids for Trevor?
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't even remember. Like that.
I know he has 2 sons.
Mm-hmm.
And things. So, and I think they did make mention of a pregnancy at the end of the series.
Mm-hmm.
But
listen. That fight scene with him and Death. Yo, like, they made it look like the video game as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because when you looked at the size of Death compared to him, and they're like, bro, you cannot win.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching it going, you cannot win. But guess what? that is how you know, like, this man is like, him is a god for real. Because guess what? He knew he couldn't win, and he still went.
Win. Yeah.
No,
Yo,
that's what a true soldier is.
have you seen The Witcher?
Wait, the live action?
The live action and then the animated one after that.
I need to watch both of them.
Yes, you do.
I need to watch.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So people are happy with Henry Cavill's performance, I think.
Bro, the man is amazing.
Okay. In other words,
let's be honest, right?
In other words, he gave us the perfect one, like what my brother did for Jet Black.
Yes. So you have to remember this, and what I learned about Henry Cavill is that he's a humongous nerd. Do you know he almost missed his casting for Superman because he was playing, I think it was WoW.
That's crazy. That's insane.
The man was fully immersed in his MMO, and he almost missed his casting.
That is crazy though. It's a good thing you never miss it. Because, like, listen, let's be honest. I do like him as Superman.
Better, the man is amazing as Superman. And nobody else can play that role, you know.
No
one else can play that role for me right now.
I do like him as Superman. And I mean, there are a lot of people that have reservations about Man of Steel. I don't care what nobody wants to say. I love
it. That was an amazing movie. That was an amazing movie.
I mean, you know what they did? They brought an element to Superman that I never thought about before. Like, imagine being a child going to school and you're hearing all of these voices and you're losing your mind because you don't know what to do. And your mother have to come to school and calm you down so that you can focus on one voice. That scene was incredible. That was an incredible scene because it made you think about what it would be like to be an alien growing up amongst humans, trying to be human, but realizing that you're still a child.
Yeah.
So you're growing like a human would grow. So the psychology of it is incredible. It really is. Like, I have to give them all the respect in the world for, having taken us in that direction. Like, I never thought about Superman in that way before.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was just dope. That was just really, really dope. So they know there's a lot of it to catch up on. There's Noblesse, there's got a high school, there's The Witcher, there's season 9 of The Blacklist. Speaking of, listen, you see, if your wife not loyal to you like Dembe, dash with Dembe if them don't loyal to you like Dembe. You see, Dembe is loyalty personified in it.
Yes.
You don't get more loyal than Dembe.
There's an interesting twist in season 9. The story of Falu. Yeah. So you need to watch Dexter too. Don't forget Dexter. Actually, I have a couple episodes to watch, and there's an episode I think tomorrow. So I need to watch that as well.
Bro, there's this is what you do. You send me the list.
Bro, I sent you a link in your WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. Oh. If you haven't seen it yet, on that same link, watch South Park post-COVID.
Wait, what? Say it again?
South Park post-COVID.
Oh, okay.
There's a movie special. It's a 3-part series. Right? It's a 1 hour long special for South Park. All within the whole pandemic. Like what happened years, like 40 years after COVID. So the boys are all grown up right now. Bro, funny as shit.
That's crazy. First of all, I even listen, these people, like, what? Like, I thought they wrapped it all up, man. Like,
bro.
bro, like, yo, I am accepting. I am accepting the slow death of Archer. I'm accepting it. Right?
Yeah, Archer's kind of been.
Like, bro, like when I get to season 12, I'm there like season 11 was kind of funny. What happened in season 12 was what's going on?
Yeah, Archer kind of threw me off a loop as well.
Like, I
There's some
understand.
spears that need
No,
to
I
work.
remember somebody made this comment on YouTube. I'm like, I can understand filler episodes, but filler seasons. You gave us 3 filler seasons.
Yeah.
Season 8 filler, season 9 filler, season 10 filler again. Yeah. So we don't. So in other words, the real season 8 is actually season 11.
11, yeah. Yeah.
Because season 8, 9, and 10 is season 7, part A. Then season 7, part B, then season 7, part C.
Yeah.
So then season 11 is really season 8.
Yeah. 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 Pretty much. Yeah.
But yo, listen, season 5 and 6 were phenomenal. Like, when you talk about laughing till you're nearly dead, season 5 and 6 were phenomenal. Yeah. Just I mean, it's like you could not make the show any funnier than during that time.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous. But you know, I mean, I will leap a show that about, man. I will leap a show. Yeah, like, listen, man, I've been seeing Netflix giving me, what's the word? Recommendations. Yeah. Like, bruh, like they've been giving me recommendations. Gee. They've been.
Yo, yeah. Have you seen the He-Man yet?
No.
I needed to watch it because I need to talk about it.
Okay. All right. Look, bro. Look at my list. Look at my list, right? Watch my list. Ready? Narcos Mexico, right? The Witcher. Legend of Korra. Record of Ragnarok. Then you have New Amsterdam featuring none other than Mr. Ducktape Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah. Wait, we've seen the third one.
Yeah. But I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they do a live action for that?
They did a live action. Yeah. Live action wasn't bad.
Bro, I need to watch it so that we have something to talk about because I never saw it.
Yes, you need to watch it.
Wait, Sissy. What is this? Is this Sisyphus?
Yes.
And then you have Blood of Zeus.
Bro, if you have not seen that yet.
Bro, have you ever seen Tales of the House Husband or something like that?
Yes.
Bro, I love it so goddamn much.
Yes, it's amazing. Who would have thought that a slice of life?
This poor ex-mafia guy who cannot behave like a regular human.
Yes.
Right? Him they are posing a yoga with the woman them, and every time he pose, him says something. Oh, this is like when you get tied with the arms behind the back and thrown in the trunk. What?
Yeah. But then I think there too. You have yeah. Apart from Netflix, you have Invincible. Have you seen The Boys?
No, you know.
Bro. What have you been doing with your life, bro? You have not seen The Boys and you have not seen Invincible yet?
Wait. The Boys on which one?
The Boys is on Amazon Prime as well. Same as Invincible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. Bro, like, bro, listen. Clearly these people, yo, this is listen. This is how they get us in a dog. Bro, like, bro, let me show you how Netflix now ramp with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Included with your membership, play mobile games.
Really?
Bro, they're not playing, bro. Stranger Things 3, the game, role playing. Bowling Ballers, sports, Card Blast, casino. Stranger Things 1980, bro, they're not playing.
They're not playing, bro.
Dog, Netflix not playing with us, dog. Like Netflix is trying
Speaking
to
of
say, what all your
Stranger Things season 4. Looking forward to that. Have you watched Stranger Things?
I have not.
Bro. So here's the thing. What I love about Stranger Things, right? Stranger Things is in the same universe as The Shining, Doctor
Yeah, I
Sleep,
heard about that.
It, and then Dark Tower. You know, Dark Tower has the Pennywise reference in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all in the same Stephen King universe.
I remember hearing about that.
So everybody so like the kids from Stranger Things all have the shine. Well, I think 11 is pretty much the one with the shine, right? So the kid from Dark Tower with the gunslinger.
Bro, I am so confused by what I'm reading. Cyborg 009 versus Devilman. Yes, I heard your brain breaking a while ago. I heard it.
What is this on?
Bruh. What?
Where are you seeing that?
I'm seeing it here on Netflix, bro.
Bro, have you seen Devilman Crybaby?
Bro, I don't want to traumatize myself.
It was actually amazing.
No, I know. But I don't like traumatizing myself either. Like, bro, like when you're on the home and left and your heart tear out already. Like, I don't need that on top of that.
Yeah, that's emotional trauma if you just don't wish to have.
I don't need to revisit that experience by that not right. But yeah, no, I heard it was dope though. I really did.
Yeah. But
bro, how many Gundams are there?
You know, I gave up. I gave up on Gundam Wing. I gave up on anything in Gundam after Mobile Suit Gundam.
Jesus, man, there's a lot, you know.
Yeah, I started to take in a couple of newer ones, and I was just like, brother, what?
There are too many of them.
There's too many.
There's just like, can we get? I can't pick a favorite. No.
Zero Suit.
I did. I mean, for me, I was, I was. Oh my god! Like, dog, Code Geass, Akame got killed. Kill Megalobox, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Mobile Suit Gundam, Sword Art Online.
Yeah. Okay. Have you seen Sword Art Online?
No.
Bro, what?
Hold on. Aren't they supposed to come out with another season 2?
Something like that. They have so many. Bro, what?
Well, it's here, so I can't watch it. I'm not opposed. I will watch this.
Have you seen Baki?
Yeah, but all right. I have a love-hate with Baki, right?
Yeah.
Because when I watch Baki, I get the feeling I know how it's going to turn out. Like, I get the feeling that, I feel like when I watch it, there's not much, what's the word now? There's not much oh, yo, I need to see this because I don't know who will win. Like I get the feeling I know who will win.
So have you seen, so there was season 1 where it was basically the tournament, and then now season 2 is him father kind of accepting him
as a challenge, yeah.
Challenge. Yeah.
Like, I don't, honest to God, I feel like this is, I would probably enjoy this more if I was reading the manga, honestly. Yeah. Like, that's the feeling that I'm getting with Baki. Because it's like, I'm watching it, but I can't get as invested because when I'm watching it, it's like, I mean, I might as well be playing Tekken.
Yeah.
I might as well be playing Tekken.
The ogre is a freaking beast, you know, like.
I mean,
bro, did you watch the second season on Netflix? Did you watch it?
No, I mean, no. Honestly, I have enough time to waste a day, so I can literally just go through like, because the thing is, like, there are a couple. All right, this is my thing, and it happened to me when I was watching maybe the first season of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It happened for the first couple episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like the first seasons of those two, or the first portion of that. Mm-hmm. Like that I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it never pulled me into the, you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it never pulled me into the show for make me say, yo, yeah, you need to read this, right? Mm-hmm. So then it begs the question, what did? So if I never watched season 2 and season 3 of Avatar: Last Airbender, I would have written off a show. I'd have been like, nope, not watching this, don't care. I'd have written it off. But season 2 actually, so I look at it and I'm thinking, there's a lot, and that's probably a story for another day. A story for another day. Then JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, after after the Phantom Blood, when the Phantom Blood is over, that's when the show really started getting fun for me personally, right? Mm-hmm. When he started getting into Joseph Joestar, I'm like, I like this character here. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah, that's the guy. Like, yeah, we like you. You're the one we like. Yeah. So I feel like sometimes when I'm watching like anime and things, it's like I need it to be something where I see it and I can't walk past it, if that makes sense.
It does. You know
what I mean? Like it have to be that thing in the supermarket where I see it and I'm like, oh, look at that, it's crack. You know? Like, oh yes, where have you been all my life? Yeah. You know, so and it's so weird. It's like manga. Maybe if I had been reading the manga, I'd probably be a lot more into it. Just like with Hellsing, I prefer the Hellsing manga far more than the anime. I don't know why. I just do. Yeah. Right? Same thing with Attack on Titan too. Like, don't get me wrong. What I love about Attack on Titan is how they animate the 3D maneuver gear. Yeah. Amazing. What they did with that, incredible. But story-wise, I'm like, I can read this.
Yeah. So there's
nothing in it that's exciting enough to merit you watching it for that long.
Yeah, like I haven't finished watching the episodes yet.
You know why? You know why? It's dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
And because it's dialogue heavy, it's like I could be reading this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not enough action is taking place to justify me needing to see it on screen.
And that's the weird thing, because in the manga, you had a lot of dialogue too, but there was a lot of action scenes. A lot of shit.
Yeah, but you know what happened? I feel like because you're reading it, you read it at your pace, so you understand the situation. And then when you understand the situation, you say, okay, I want to see what's going to happen next because I don't know. This situation looking dire for these people. And then you go and you say, this is what I love about reading Attack on Titan. The narrative and the tone of the show changed so much when we learned that there's a world outside
of the,
and not only is the world outside, they're doing great.
Yeah.
No, that's enough to make you go crazy. You know, and I can tell you, one of my favorite panels in that entire manga is that scene where Eren is standing, looking very despondent, very unengaged with everybody. And he goes, guys, those people over there, if we kill every one of those people over there, will we finally be free? Mm-hmm. I remember reading and seeing that scene where he's pointing to the horizon and saying, guys, all are over the sun. Mm-hmm. That was the day he decided that the rumbling was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was that day. It wasn't a day before, the day after. It was that day. He's like, you see, all over the sun. We're going to walk all over the world here and make a lap. You know what I mean? Like, yo, honest to God, I feel like maybe this season coming up, if this season does a good job of capturing the essence of
the rumbling,
the final chapters, I get the feeling that that's what I'm going to like. And then I'm going to ask myself the question, why am I never get that earlier?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I cannot for the life of me watch something and you know, I need it. I mean, there are moments, I can tell you this straight up. I remember reading Full Metal Alchemist, the manga, and then watching the anime. Even though I knew what was gonna happen, I was still invested because I'm looking at it like, listen, I don't know. I know what's gonna happen, but it's still there's still enough tension in it when you're seeing like Scar fight with King Bradley, man, with Wrath.
Yeah.
Yo, that guy was, that man just have a love for war.
Yeah.
A love for war. Yeah. He's just like, I need people to die.
Yeah.
And I want to be moving as fast as humanly possible when killing them.
Yeah.
Yo, he is, let us talk about underrated swordsmen in anime. He's one of them.
Yeah.
King Bradley is one of the most underrated swordsmen in all of anime, I promise.
Yeah.
I promise. I feel like nobody, I feel like we mentioned so many people from so many different anime. We mentioned the people then from Gintama, right? Yeah. We mentioned the One Piece. I mean, we don't even need to go into Bleach because that is literally like swords. Like,
for real.
Like, you know what I mean? That's like saying, oh, who's the greatest swordsman in Soul Calibur?
Yeah.
That's it, bro. Jano, yo, this is one of them ones for the battle rap people that know Daylight. Is like, keep it going. Like, it's one of them ones where we could. I'm surprised that we're a little bit over 3 hours. Why?
Oh shit! Yeah, and we still have a lot more we can talk about. But you have some binge watching to do, like seriously, bro. Like, you need to.
So you have Sword Art Online, a little bit of Noblesse, The Witcher, both of the Witchers, He-Man. What? Oh,
can I tell you, Mark Hamill as Skeletor was absolutely amazing.
First of all, it's Mark Hamill.
Yeah, yeah, he plays any role.
No,
Like,
it's not even that. Like he's been the Joker for years.
he's the only Joker. What are you talking about?
No, but that's my point. No, that's my point, bro. Look at how old he's gotten, and him still have that. Him and Kevin Conroy. It's just there is no
By
other.
the way, Kevin Conroy is also voicing a character in He-Man.
Then there you go. There you go. Like what else? What else is there? What else is there?
I saw that and I was just like, bruh, nostalgia overload.
What else is there? There is nothing else to say.
I like what they, without going into the spoilers, I like what they did with this He-Man because it's not your old school kids series.
Oh yeah, I mean, look here. You know what? I actually rewatched years back. I rewatched Silverhawks, bro.
Damn.
Bro, I am so mad that because apparently there was apparently some more episodes of the season that was supposed to come out and they never did. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, I watched Jason the Wheel Warriors the other day too.
And then no, I'm urged to go and watch Thundercats.
They were supposed to do a new version of that too, like with the updated graphics.
I think. Well, they tried to do a new Thundercats, and boy, yeah.
They did one, and then they did a Thundercats Go thing, kind of like what they did with the Teen Titans Go thing too, and it was.
Yeah.
But then they were supposed to do over another Thundercats, and I was just like, yes, please.
Yeah. Well, Iro, I am going to do all of the binge watching, all of that. So we just go stop this here, right?
Yes.
So we're stop the live now. So this is where out.